Today I am making New York style pizza. Today I am making New York style, I can't get this title out. New York style thin crust pizza. Today I am making New York. This is day one of a 2-day bake. Tomorrow night, pizza night. Today, I don't know, we'll just have leftovers or something like that. Today we are on page 163 of my favorite cookbook, The Cook's Illustrated Baking Book. And we are making a New York style thin crust pizza. This looks amazing. I have not made it before. We are going to make it together. Let's go. The work we are doing today is making the dough. So we have bread flour, sugar, salt, yeast, ice water, and vegetable oil, and of course our handy food processor. The first step is to combine the flour, the sugar, and the yeast in the food processor. My favorite cookbook is saying to use a fitted dough blade if possible. I don't know what that is. This is all I have. Is this a fitted dough blade? I don't feel like it is. Did it come with other pieces? I have no idea where they would be. I hope that this is sufficient. Let's do it. Flour. Quite a bit of flour. Sugar. Pre-measured. No, I'm not ashamed of how much yeast I have. It was a panic buy, but I stand behind it. I now need to get 1 1/3 cups of ice water. This is 1 cup. This is a lot more, but it needed to be ice. Okay. Oh gosh. Well, that's 1, and then we'll have to come back for the, how much else? For the 1/3. Oh my God. Oh, it's stressful. There's water everywhere. Jeez. 10 minutes are up. What's next? 1 tablespoon vegetable oil. 1½ teaspoon salt. More processing? More processing. Until the dough forms satiny, sticky ball. We're looking for a satiny, sticky ball. All right. Is it satiny? It's sticky. I guess it's okay. It's time to knead. I'm gonna take off the jewelry. My favorite cookbook says to lightly oil the countertop. Watch your fingies on the blades. Maybe this is why I needed that dough hook thing that we're talking about. Oh, little flour that was not incorporated. Hopefully that's okay. Wow, this is sticky. I don't know if it's satiny. I don't really know what satiny looks like. We got the sticky element. That is confirmed. Oh my God, did you see that? All right, we gotta do some kneading here. We need to come back from disaster. You get over there. Oh yeah, need some help. It says do it for 1 minute. We might need to do more because I don't think we processed enough because it started to go out of control and I panicked. Feels nice. Oh, I love kneading. Maybe I didn't mess it up. How exciting. Not super smooth, not super satiny, because I definitely know what that means and / looks like. Oh, it's sticking a bit, so let's do more oil. That looks a little bit better. More oil. This is going to go into the fridge for 24 hours or up to 3 days. We want pizza night to be tomorrow night. So, we gotta get it in. Okay, dough, have a good rest in the fridge. Can't wait to eat you tomorrow. Okay, dough, good night. Oh God, there's no room in here. The dough has been in the fridge for over 24 hours, so it's time to make some pizza. Okay, Here it is. Now, my favorite cookbook said that this needs to be in the fridge for at least 24 hours and up to 3 days. With baking, and especially with bread, time equals flavor, so I bet this would be even better if you could let it rest for a couple of days and really develop that flavor, but I'm really hungry, so we're just gonna go with this. So I need to prep this baking sheet, lightly greasing it with some olive oil. And now this is coming onto my clean countertop. Oh, okay. And with my bench scraper, divide in half. Okay, this is incredibly cold. Shape these into 2 balls that are then going to rest at room temperature for 1 hour. Now I'm gonna use my same piece of plastic, give it a light greasing, and loosely. I mean, that's not very, the book says loosely. I mean, it's really sticking to it. I am going to let these come to room temperature on a wooden surface. Stone surfaces can kind of leach the heat out of it, so I'm just gonna place this over there on a stone, I'm just gonna place this over there on a wooden countertop, and then we can move on to the sauce. I should also note a very important step, which is that I have my oven preheating. I have my pizza stone, obviously, need it. I have my pizza stone in there. It's on middle upper position in the oven, set to 500, and it's still preheating, and it's been going for a little while. So make sure you preheat your oven, make sure you preheat your pizza stone, or otherwise, what are we all doing this for anyway? For the sauce, I have garlic, whole tomatoes, salt, oregano, pepper, olive oil, red wine vinegar. All of this is going to go into the food processor. Yum. Olive oil. What the heck? Teaspoon of oregano. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm not gonna measure that. What's that, like that? It's telling me I need to do two cloves minced. Isn't it going in a food processor? Like, surely that will mince on its own. Process still smooth. I don't know. Looks smooth to me. So this recipe makes 2 pizza. Sort of an unpleasant sound. This recipe makes 2 pizzas. So is this enough sauce for 2 pizzas? Because I'm gonna freeze one. So what do I do with the extra sauce? Cover this up. Put it in the fridge until we need it. Couldn't be easier. Hey, you guys know that I'm baking my way through my favorite cookbook, the Cook's Illustrated Baking Book. Do you have this cookbook? And if you do, help me decide what I should bake next. Flip through it, tell me what looks good, and leave it in the comments. So 46 minutes till the dough is ready. What else can we prep? The cheese? I need a 1/2 cup of Parmesan finely grated, so I guess we can do that. This is saying grated fine, which makes me think of a microplane. 1/2 cup like packed in. Let's go by weight. 1 ounce. Let me get the scale. Am I there? I'm there. All right, we've done that. We now have 42 minutes left. So, what's going on with you? Okay, it's been an hour. Let's go, let's go. This recipe makes 2 pizzas. I am going to freeze 1. That's one we'll work with. And then this one, I am going to be gentle with. Reuse my plastic too, in case. Pop this in a bag and put it straight into the freezer. And then I think I just thaw it out maybe for like an hour at room temperature and then go again whenever I'm ready to make the next one. So I've used a rolling pin in the past to get pizza dough rolled out for different recipes, but my favorite cookbook says not to do that. It says to use our fingertips to gently flatten into the 8-inch disc. So, okay, got my ruler, let's go. get it. Oh yeah. Supposed to get it to 12 inches. I have no idea how big it is right now because it's in the air. It's getting thin in some areas, so I definitely want to be careful because I don't want to poke through. Nearly. I'm gonna move it onto the pizza peel. And ideally, I should be able to get this to 13 inches. So let's see if that is a possibility. Gonna look just like the picture. Okay, so we're ready for the sauce. The book calls for half a cup. I'm gonna skip this, which is pretty gross. Onto the pizza, we have so much sauce left over. So my favorite cookbook does not detail how well this sauce keeps, but I hope it does because I don't want to waste. So we might be having pizza night again very soon. I have definitely made the mistake before with homemade pizzas of over saucing. What the heck? My favorite cookbook says, sprinkle 1/4 cup of Parmesan evenly over the sauce. Fine, but we grated half a cup. Oh, because there are 2 pizzas. Damn. Okay, well, we'll just have to find a creative use for the other half. Or we'll just go a little overboard. Or I'll just eat it. And now 1 cup of mozzarella. This is the hard part. I have to get this onto the baking stone, which, you know, I've done before with different levels of success. I've had some problems. I hope I floured it enough. Okay, let's just do it. I have my backup tool, which is this little shovey thing, just in case, but let's just, come on, we can do it. Let's go. Okay, it's not coming off. I think maybe I need more flour. Can I shove some flour under here? Ooh. Oh God. Okay, let's try again. I did it. Okay, set a timer, 10 minutes. I'm starving, if I haven't already said. Rotate pizza halfway through baking. That sounds hard. I don't know how I'm gonna rotate it. Okay, it's time to rotate, and I don't know how to do that. Oh boy, I'm nervous about this. Oh, it's bubbly. Rotate. Okay, I can't rotate it. Maybe they mean rotate the pizza stone, but that thing is heavy and it's super hot. So I wasn't gonna do that. I tried to turn it with minimal effort, and I couldn't. So we're just gonna leave it as is, but my favorite cookbook, if you could let me know what you meant by rotate halfway through. Am I supposed to turn the whole pizza stone? It seems dangerous. The indicator in my favorite cookbook is that the cheese is bubbling and beginning to brown, and I think that that's happening. It's only been in for 7 minutes, and it was 10 to 12, but I don't want to overcook it. Should I take it out? It's been 9 minutes, and I think that that's right for my really hot oven, so let's pull it. Okay. Nice. I think it looks pretty good. You know, definitely got some brownage. I think that's called leoparding with pizza. Can't see the bottom. Nice crust, smells awesome. So now we need to let it rest for 5 minutes and then I can eat it. I am cooking my way through my favorite cookbook, the Cook's Illustrated Baking Book. And every time I make a new recipe, I assign that recipe a grade. Extra nerdy just for fun, and so I don't use the regular grading standard. Instead, I use the one from Harry Potter. The same way that Harry was judged on his ordinary wizarding levels, that is how I judge everything that is in this book. If you aren't familiar, here's the rundown. The top grade is O for outstanding, E for exceeds expectations, A for acceptable, P for poor, D for dreadful, and T for troll. And because I haven't made this recipe before, I would now like to invite in my live-in taste tester to help me grade it. Live-in taste tester, hello. Hello, thank you for joining.
How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Today we have New York style thin crust pizza. Ooh. What is this test that you're doing?
No soggy bottom.
This is going to be a really high standard. This is up against cheese pizza.
This is strange. This is out of the same book.
Yeah, of course.
Everything else has been like a dessert.
Yeah, well, they're all sorts. Sandwiches sometimes taste better if they're cut horizontally. And equally, I think that pizza tastes way worse if you cut it into a grid. Pizza should never be cut into a grid. It tastes disgusting when it's cut into a grid. Do you want to do one?
Yeah, I want to do one.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh! Okay, are you ready?
I guess. You gotta tell me if it's too hot.
It's too hot for you.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try.
This is good pizza.
Good pizza? I'll let you know in about 5 minutes.
Alright, just blow in it. We're running out of film here.
Steel.
You're not going to be able to handle it, honestly. It's good. You're burning your mouth off.
Oh, yeah, that's good pizza.
Isn't it good?
Did you homemade the sauce?
Yeah, I'm homemade
Yeah.
everything. I
That's
milked
why-
the cows. I
that's
made the
why.
cheese.
The sauce has like a certain amount of like sweetness to it, which I think comes from having fresher tomatoes or whatever you put into it.
Canned tomatoes.
Yeah.
Olive oil,
but
vinegar.
canned tomatoes, not canned pizza sauce.
That's true. Mmm. Super crispy. Really chewy.
It was really good. Because it's thin crust, but like, you know, it's still a...
It's not just like a cracker.
Yeah, it's not a cracker.
Which
It's
is
still,
what you
it's got
get
some
from
thickness.
the
It kind of
certain-
tastes like, you know, a thin ciabatta.
Yeah. Mmm. It was really good. Of all the thin crust New York style pizza that you've had, where is this? And asterisk homemade. Because it's like, obviously, I'm not like a New York.
I'm not asterixing anything.
Asterisk homemade!
No, when I compare it to all the pizza I've ever had.
No, I'm a hobby baker.
So some disadvantages
Mm-hmm.
are that it is plain cheese,
Okay.
which I like, but I think it could
do like.
benefit from having other toppings.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I tasted it blindfolded,
Mm-hmm.
I might give it an E.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the best one?
No, oh.
I might give it an O. But if you look at it, the cheese is kind of like
It's
separating a little bit.
not an overload of cheese.
I think it's a good amount of cheese.
I think so too.
So for example, this piece, this one doesn't have any leoparding, for example. It's kind of just like bland all over. Probably because you didn't turn it.
Hey, I was concerned for my health and safety. All right, what's your grade, man?
E.
I think E as well. E is for exceeds expectations. I think this is a very good recipe.
I would describe this as incredibly good pizza.
Yeah.
But for a pizza,
Pizza's a tough category.
to be an O,
You have to be like
I've
absolutely
had
blown away.
so much different pizza in my
Yeah.
life. Like you're gonna have to blow me away.
I would say that for our family, I would say that this is the best homemade pizza that we've ever had.
Definitely. You don't need extra B-roll, right? I'm just gonna eat all this.
No, that's fine. New York style thin crust pizza.
What?
What's the grade?
E.
New York style thin crust pizza.
E.
Great recipe.